Today we have with us Steve Groner, and we're from ClientLinkt. And Steve works with real estate offices all across North America, with offices and agents, and helps them really focus in on how they can stay connected with their past clients and nurture those relationships, and really use those relationships to catapult their business. So by staying in touch and adding value and really strengthening that relationship, and how they can use technology to be a part of that. And so today he's going to go through some of the techniques that he sees agents be most successful with, some of the tools they use, and then go into a little bit how they can integrate ClientLinkt into that. So without further ado, here's Steve.
Thanks, Fiona. That's a great introduction, and thank you everybody for joining our webinar. Won't take up too much of your time here, and I will hopefully be able to demonstrate to you some real new techniques and a little bit of new technology that we have here at ClientLinkt. And just a little bit of background about ClientLinkt. What we do is we build technology for real estate agents. The goal of this technology is to help you nurture relationships with your past clients, strengthen relationships with your sphere of influence, and drive referrals, which is the goal of every real estate agent. So just to quickly go through the agenda here, what we're going to do is talk about why adding post-sale value is important, show you a few little steps that we think is a great way to be successful with that, and then show you the app, how it works, and how agents in offices are having success with our ClientLinkt tool. As many of you will know, typically and statistically showing, 88% of clients say they will recommend their agent, and a small number of those actually do. And backing up that statistic is usually that happens within 30 to 60 days of the sale. So, a real challenge for real estate agents, from what I understand, and from my experience, is that a lot of the times, past 30 or 60 days, you struggle with ways to stay connected with your clients sort of post-sale. And that's really important, because that's a lot of times, those referrals don't always happen within that time frame. So, without saying too much, I mean, a lot of the times you'll cycle back during your clients throughout the year by, sharing with them some information. But a lot of times that ball is dropped, and, you get caught into a cycle of continuous prospecting. You sort of may be looking for that next sale and not always focusing on your past clients, who are actually a very big source of leads through repeat business, through word of mouth, and also, of course, through referrals. A lot of agents rely on technology, and a lot of this will be just sort of automated technology through your CRM that you might be using, or mail cycle technology that you use. But, from the consumer's point of view, this information comes across as pretty generic. Sometimes it comes across as it can, and it does not do what you want to do. It does not increase client loyalty or value. So there's kind of 3 steps to closing that gap, and of course I've just alluded to them, but staying connected, adding value, and encouraging word of mouth. So, as you know, your job does not end after the client moves in. You want to be able to create a touch plan with your past clients. Well, you check in it many times and at key times to make sure those channels you're using match their needs. For example, if you're a millennial and you're a younger agent, newer into the business, you're going to focus on emails and social media and text messaging and newsletters. That's a real good way to stay in touch with your clients. But again, what are you sending them? Is it going to be of value? Is it going to be relevant market information? Is it going to be something that they can actually sink their teeth into and get some value from? So what we suggest is that, you break down your database into small checks, into tasks every week, so that no past clients get forgotten. So as you know, if you're not top of mind with past clients, they may go somewhere else. They may, they're getting inundated with real estate agents' information in the markets that those agents might be farming. So they're your competition. And so what you have to do is to find something that stands out. So what we do is we ask you to create a touch plan. So begin with who you know. Those are the best people. Those are your biggest advocates, your friends, your family members. Find out other ways to reach out to your sphere of influence. Those are, like I said, your friends, your family members, But also equally important are your service providers. So those are people like home inspectors and mortgage brokers and contractors and painters. You know, do you have 5 or 10 of those that you use on a regular basis? Well, if you do, they are also a great resource for referrals, and you have to find a way to stay in touch with them as well. Because quite often, you know, someone that's like for example, a painter or a contractor, they may be the first people to know when someone is moving. Because, you know, I'll call my painter when I want to touch up my house, when I'm prepping it to potentially list it. So those painters, those contractors, their first point of contact for prospects. They should know that you are out there. They should know that you're a real estate agent. They should know how to get in touch with you immediately if they want to send you a warm lead. So overall, the big message here is look what you can provide to become a trusted advisor and resource for your clients in your sphere of influence. And this means staying in touch and mastering your skills and knowledge. As Richard Robbins points out, who is a top real estate coach, you will jet past, he says, you will jet past your pain of growth once you take the focus off on how much money do I want to make and refocus that to how much value I can deliver. Every time you talk to a client or reach out, think about what value you are bringing. Sending a Christmas card is sometimes not enough. Yes, it's great, it keeps you connected, but is it doing anything to help your clients? You have expertise and resources. So prior to moving day, you know, make sure everything is ready. You know, ask your clients, have they booked movers? Have they set up for some storage? Do they have home cleaning? Maybe having childcare accessible, you know, for that big day that you're moving when everybody's super busy. Focus on, you know, home improvement tips. Seasonally, you know, during the springtime, is it a good time to reach out to your clients and ask them if their gutters are cleaned, or see if they can recommend a pool cleaning person? Tax season, you know, remind your clients, you know, what are certain tax write-offs they can have as a homeowner, tax benefits, things like that. Also in the springtime, super important is, you know, a little note to remind your clients to change the batteries in their smoke detectors. That can show that you are thinking of them, and it can really go a long way in strengthening that and keeping that relationship. You know, remind them, reach out to them when their home anniversary, of the sale that when you sold the house a year or 2 years ago. Little tips like that. Those are little things that clients love. And of course, the best way to do for yourself to get referrals is to encourage word of mouth. So, you know, if you're always adding value, you know, now maybe is a good time to ask a client if they will send you a referral, share your profile on their own social media, or write a review for you. You know, that's not so difficult. These are things that they'll be happy to do if they sense that you have a good relationship and that you're providing them with some extra value. So I'm going to take you through the app that we've developed at ClientLinkt. It's a nice description, sort of like a testimonial of the services they provide. That's you know, populated with their email address, their phone number, their street location. The actual app itself uses the GPS to geolocate proximity. So that's what it looks like. Again, I'm going to show you just a few different examples here. Some other agents that have apps, custom branded apps with their photo on there. Again, a really great way to stay top of mind and make sure your clients remember you when they're looking to either list or recommend somebody. This app I'm going to use right now, I'll be able to use, it's an app that we set up for demo purposes. And again, what we do is we pre-populate the app with your information. You'll provide us with a list of vendors, or you can easily add these vendors to your app as well. And I'm just now going to show you just how this app is used. My phone is on the screen. We have these icons all over my phone. You can see there's some individual real estate agents here, these lovely gals that are at the top of my phone, and also some companies that we work with across North America. Their brands and logos are on my phone. So like I said earlier, that you didn't see, this icon, your picture, your branding, your logo, if you're a team or a real estate agent, does not matter. It sits on your client's phone using the analogy of sort of like a fridge magnet for the phone. When we open up the app, we populate it with all of your information. We can get a list of service providers that we can add for you, or you can easily add them yourself, and I'll show you how we do that in a second. And one of the things that I was talking about there that you couldn't see is how we share the app. So in the top right-hand corner, there's that little square box with the up arrow. And this allows me to share the app either by text message or by email or right away on my social media. this little message comes up here, which you can actually customize and personalize yourself. And I'll be able to go through that with you as well. But like I said earlier, how agents are using this, and many of them call me up and tell me or let me know that they now use this as a digital business card. So instead of handing out their business card at networking events or open houses, whatever the case may be, they actually just share their app because, as you know, business cards get lost very easily. And in this case, apps or anything on your phone, no one ever loses their phone because that would be like a $900 mistake. So again, to do that, you just would have to easily share the app by hitting tap that button there, texting it out to your clients. And like I said, when a lot of agents tell me they now use this at open houses, a good way to aggregate the names and phone numbers of a client. If you say, hey, I can share my app with you, I got all this great tools and information on here for you to look at, and just get their name and their phone number. Sort of replaces the sign-in sheets or all the card draws or whatever the case you have, however you use that at open houses now. The next feature of this app that is super beneficial and we get great feedback on as well is this refer button. So if you could picture a scenario where I might be, one of your clients would have your app on their phone. They might be having lunch or a coffee with a friend or family member, and that person says, hey, I'm looking to list, I'm looking to buy a new house. I don't have a real estate agent. I know you just completed a transaction with John Smith, Realty Pros, a few weeks ago. Can you introduce me to him? I'd like to, ask him about his services. So you can just go to this little plus button right here, and that takes you to your address book. You just find that person that you might be having lunch or coffee with in your address book, and I'll just put my name in here for now. Type a little message saying, hey, this is Steve. He's looking for a house down by the river, or whatever the case may be. Hit send, and watch what happens. You get an instant referral submitted to you, and at the same time, that prospect or warm lead on the other end also gets your contact information. So you can do your job, you can pick up the phone, and you can contact them. And this information is tracked in your text messages and in your emails as well. So really great way, again, I'll show you real quickly, really great way to have your clients and your sphere of influence working for you, sending you a referral. They don't have to dig through their phone book or address book to find you. They'll have your app on their phone. The other great feature of the app, there's a few other little things here, and like we said, the value of this is being able to use this as a tool to share your list of vendors with your clients. So, if someone had your app on their phone and they were looking for a landscaper, you can have 2 or 5 or 10 landscapers in here, whatever you feel is appropriate, and they might look for Brian's Landscaping. And the way they'll see his information is that if you look from the bottom to the top here, there's a brief description of the services that Brian provides. There's his website, his email address, his phone number, and then the real value add are these discounts. If you can go out and pre-negotiate discounts with 5 or 10 or 15 of your favorite service providers and pass that on to your clients, that really increases client loyalty. And at the same time, like we said earlier, it strengthens your relationships with your sphere of influence. And I'm sure many of you have gone through training with coaches, and they speak about it and they harp over and over again how important it is to strengthen your relationship with your sphere of influence. They are a key conduit, just like past clients for referrals. And if you send them referrals based on the theory of reciprocity, in kind, they should be sending you referrals back as well. So that information is all in the app. There's every industry that you can possibly think of that you can load up in this app. Again, it's a great way to strengthen your relationship with your sphere and also provide great value for your clients. The last little part of the app that I want to kind of go through with you here is in the top left-hand corner. There's those 3 menu items, or 3 bars that show a menu item, and in here there's a few little different things. We put all the discounts, so if you've gone out and done that a little exercise in getting some discounts from your sphere, from your service providers, they're all aggregated into one spot on the app. So it's sort of like an at-a-glance view for your clients to just go there and say, hey, who did John get some recommendations from for me today, or referrals, or sorry, some discounts from my service providers. You can go out and just take a look at that right then and there. The next part of the app, little toy we built in here is a mortgage calculator. Everybody seems to like to have one of those pretty handy at their fingertips, so another nice little feature you can provide for your clients. And the other part that's really valuable are these push notifications. And what this is, this allows you to send instant messages to anybody who's downloaded the app. So you can send information about, comparables of a home that just sold in their area or in the market of the area that you sort of farm, or you can send home maintenance tips like we talked about earlier, seasonal information about changing the batteries in your smoke detector, or did you clean your gutters. You can invite them to charity events or client appreciation days or events that you're hosting. Anything that you want can be easily sent to the clients through these push notifications, and it shows up as a text message on their phone as opposed to email. And as studies do show now that people open up their text messages 98% faster than they do emails. Other little part of this app that's important to know is that you can easily add service providers through your app. So down here at Agent Tools, anybody who has the app will be able to log in through their email address and a password and add service providers and manage their service providers. So when I tap that, it takes me to this page here, and just hit the Add Provider button. Find someone that might be in your address book. For example, here's my car repair guy. Put in his industry, his sub-industry, maybe he's an auto repair or glass repair guy, fill out all this information, type in a little note about, some testimonial about his services, turn on that discount tab, because like I said, that's really important for client loyalty, is when you can provide great discounts for your clients. Do a little description of that client, hit add, and boom, it's inside your app. It's that easy to add service providers to your app. And the last little thing, this is great, is how you can get statistics on how many people have shared your app or downloaded your app and referrals received and providers contacted. This is some really valuable data and analytics, something that you do not get when you just do regular mailouts or newsletters or flyers to people's homes. You don't know how many people have opened up their mailbox and looked at your flyer or information that you sent to them. All of this, keep in mind, can be managed through a web manager. So if you can go into a back end that you'll be equipped with a login as well to go in and manage your service providers, add providers, change your profile, change your password. A lot of that is available. For those of you who end up getting our app and would like to find out more about it, once you get it, we offer a training seminar where you'll get well trained on how to manage all this stuff through the web manager as well. So I'm happy to open up the phone lines here and answer any questions or hear any feedback that any of you might have with respect to the app and how it works.